Hey, we're in the six, everybody. Welcome to another video. Go ahead and take some double tap. Today we've got such an interesting video for you. So first of all, Aether stories. What the hell am I even talking about? Well, look, the Aether, what we know with Dempsey, Victus, Ultimus, the old maps, Transit, Nocturne, Totem, that all takes place in the old Aether storyline, right? And now we're in the Dark Aether. You know, for a lot of people that love zombies, and especially the characters in the storyline, that was it for them. When the Aether storyline ended, no one really paid attention anymore. You know, now we got Court Effects and all that stuff, and we've got the old Dark Aether now, and we had Chaos for a little bit, and that kind of, you know, threw a wrench in there. I liked Chaos. What did you think? Let me know down in the comments below. I'd love to hear your opinion. I thought Chaos was good. And the fact that it ended the way it did, and then we never got to see what happened afterward. I'm not gonna spoil nothing. You've probably seen it. Medusa's there. Guys, I know if you're like me, we have tons of maps in the old Aether storyline we never actually got to revisit. You know, we revisited some in Chronicles, and that was awesome. But maybe this time, do you think they're actually gonna do a Chronicles 2, or could it be something like this? Allow me to explain. Take an Ethereum crystal, thank you very much. If we were to have a Zombies Chronicles 2, we gotta think, would it be Transit? Would it be the sub-maps, farm and everything? If they're making Transit, they might as well put it in there. It's gonna be Die Rise, it's gonna be Dreisendrach. Well, you know what? We could go back, but what about the voice lines and the characters? And it wouldn't have anything to do with the story now. You know, I love remasters, don't get me wrong, and I want them to remaster the World at War campaign more than anything. What if I told you there's a chance we can get those old maps we all know and love, but we get them in a different fashion? Maybe it's just called Aether Stories, and it's about a different group of characters that may have been in that location and had to fight off the Horde. I'm talking Outbreak, World War Z, street level Walking Dead type stuff. That, to me, at least with the Victus crew, is sort of the vibes we got in Black Ops 2 for the storyline, and you know what? I liked it a lot. I mean, imagine a map on farm before the bombs fell, before it's covered in lava everywhere. Maybe it's a sunset and you're going through the cornfield, and then you can uncover the real reason why Nocturne Totem was out there. I mean, we could have more storyline info when it comes to people like Peter McCain, old Ludwig Maxis, freaking Pablo Marinus, for crying out loud, right? I mean, we didn't get, you know, we had him in tag, but I'd love to see a, you know, a Mexican-based zombies map like we talked about, huh? Back in a couple videos. But guys, I mean, you know, Gersh, right? Huh? What about all these old characters that we just kind of got story for and then they scrapped? You know, we can go back and finally have some of those plot holes filled out. And you know what? Fine, close the Aether storyline how they did, maybe give us a full ending to zombies. I wouldn't care if the whole zombie storyline is over. That doesn't mean we can't go back and see some stories that happened in between that may fill in the gaps. I feel like it'd be a win-win for everybody. You know, and everyone's talking about this classic zombies mode coming to Black Ops 6. I think that'd be amazing. What do you think they'd take out? Shield, Wonder Fizz, you know, hopefully an old point system, starting pistol, that'd be sick. Whether we think it's coming in Black Ops 6 or not, some of those old mechanics, Aether Stories would be a great way to reintroduce those. You know, we're talking smaller survival maps, which now we know the maps are bigger than ever, so it wouldn't necessarily be the hardest thing in the world to go back, right? I mean, we're talking like a map like Farm that can really, like, if done well, just give us so much more story beats for the old Aether storyline, and who knows? And I think at this point, look, Zombies Chronicles 2 would be cool, but if something like this were actually reality, that'd be insane. Because you're talking about taking those maps that may have not been able to be fully fleshed out based on like graphics at that time or just how much you can pack into those Xbox 360s, right? But imagine Farm with just a raised level of ambience, clear, maybe a sunset sky. Just, I'd be so excited for just Farm, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't even care if they reintroduced a whole new storyline, right? Give us some other characters just surviving around the world. Maybe they had something to do with it, like Victus. Take a Carnival Zombies map, for instance. What if it took place in the Dark Aether storyline, right? The new one? Or what if it took place in the Aether storyline? That would, it had old mechanics. It could take place when the bombs fell, you know, with a whole different cast of characters and their experience. And I think that'd mean a lot for a lot of fans of the old Aether storyline to be like, oh yes, we can jump back whenever. And then you would also talk about, well, that would be an explanation for the new system, right? When it comes to points, when it comes to shields and all that stuff, you know, they could just say, oh, that's the Dark Aether version of things, right? And that would make sense storyline wise. And then maybe in those old Aether story maps, you go back and it's the old system. That would be awesome. That's like the best of both worlds or universes. Best of both Aethers, right? Well guys, I want to thank you very much for joining me today with this discussion. As you know, I always love to continue it down in the comments below. If you haven't already, consider subbing, man. Hey, we're almost to 1,000 subs and that's insane. Thank you very much. I'll catch you in the next one.